Hey, American Contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
What's up, guys? Lead meteorologist John Choquette here for some live storm coverage in the Orlando, Florida area. We talked about it this morning with that potential for some big, unusual hailstorm activity for Florida. And not gonna lie, I made it about a mile from the office and then I turned around and came back because this storm blew up real quick here. This is in the northern suburbs of the Orlando, Florida area. Let's roll the radar back to about 5 p.m. To show when this storm kind of got its act together, and then we'll break into what's happening right now. So again, here at 5 o'clock, right by Apopka, in the Paradise Heights area here, just down I-4, Orlando is just off of the image here. Storm kind of got together, and we go forward. You can see the exact moment I got into my car, right about there. And I drove a couple miles, I drove 1 mile from the office, turned around and came back, and now we see a pretty intense storm here moving into the Longwood and Heathrow area here at what time is it now? 5:19. Latest radar frame update. You can see right along I-4 here in central Florida in the Heathrow area. Now just to switch over to correlation coefficients, this is what you see for the objects falling in the sky, right? And it's pretty easy to tell. Where you see the greens, the blues, and the yellows, that is where there's a ton of objects in the sky, or a ton of big objects. So that's gonna be a lot of hail falling right now across a large area here. Let's zoom in to what we have circled within this hail core, within this storm. Again, it's very unusual for Florida to see big hail storms like this. I think in 2017, around this time, we had a pretty good hailstorm in the same general area of the Orlando metro. You can see here quite a few folks being impacted by this. We have, again, here's Interstate 4, and everywhere to the east, we can bring back up just regular reflectivity. So there you go. This is where the hail is falling right now, anywhere within the pink, and then right along the edge here of the precip shield, that's where the hail is going to be along. Let's zoom in a little bit to I don't know what this road actually is. Okay. All right, yeah, so this is a pretty populated area. Look at all these neighborhoods. These are all homes getting impacted with this. Lake Emma Drive, all the way to Greenway Boulevard. Again, right along Interstate 4. If you're driving here, it's probably a ton of hail falling, all sizes ranging from probably down to pea size up to most likely around that golf ball to 2-inch size in diameter, which again, this is Florida, folks. This isn't Texas, this is not Dallas, this isn't Oklahoma City. This is the Orlando metro, which usually you don't see very large hail falling. You usually don't see big supercells like this, in all honesty. You get the low top tropical shower type things, you get the little tornadoes with them. Sometimes you get some hail, maybe in range, but this looks like it's a much more significant storm, more akin to what you see in Texas. So let's zoom it out. Let's kind of see the whole storm. Let's see Orlando, where we are situated to Orlando, Florida itself. Orlando, again, way down here into the south. This is Orange County. This is, I don't know this county. It is the county to the north of Orlando, but this is a very populated area here. Oh, crap, dang. All right, look at that. That's a warning for baseballs in Florida. You don't see that almost ever, guys. This is pretty unusual. It includes areas like Sanford, Deltona, Oviedo, and Altamonte Springs. So is there anything on that isn't being queued up here? Is we got confirmation of size or anything like that, Justin?
No, it's just warning for baseball-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It is in Seminole County right now.
Seminole County, there we go. We don't do coverage in Florida too much unless it's a hurricane.
And then it moves into south-central Volusia County.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, again, we're moving, what, generally to the east-northeast? I'm assuming it's probably because it's a supercell. Most likely surface-based. It's probably trying to go a little more east, too. What's the direction and speed?
Moving northeast at 40, but it looks like it's moving more east-northeast.
Yeah, okay, let's clear this out. Let's just kind of maybe loop it a tiny bit, kind of see if it's making that right-hand turn. Ocala got crushed one year with tennis balls. Yeah, so you guys can probably name the small handful of storms that have actually done big-time hail like this. So let's loop it again. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so it's generally moving just east-northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of pulling out a little bit there too. So looks like we're pulling into Sanford now. Let's go back up. You got maybe the CC scope might work well with this. So I'll bring that up real quick. If not, I just switch all the way over to CC. Oh yeah, let's just switch all the way over to CC. Clear out this scope. There we go. Okay, so there you go. There's your hail bomb right now, right along Highway 17 here. Zoom in, go back to reflectivity, and we'll zoom in to the area that's being impacted with this storm. Here, this is in Sanford, Florida. It's one of the suburbs in north of Orlando here. We zoom in, let's get in real close, show where that hail core is right now. A lot of folks being impacted with this, right along the Lake Mary Boulevard and down towards South Country Club Road. A ton of folks being impacted with this, with hail that I'm sure a lot of people in north central Florida may not have really seen too much. It's warned for baseballs. We have no confirmation currently of baseball-sized hail. However, the fact that we're seeing a warning for it means that I think it's very likely that we have up to that 2-inch hail happening right now.
I'm trying to find stuff on Twitter and stuff, or at least
yeah, we're searching social media. I'm trying to see if we're getting any reports in right now. Again, we are warned for baseball-sized hail. We haven't had any confirmation yet. We got Justin in the production seat here, looking up some pictures, hopefully to see it coming in. The storm is moving through a lot of population right now. Everything is showing up to really indicate that very large hail. If we go back to that correlation coefficient real quick, within this still image here at 525, you have, again, the yellows and the greens showing up. That's where that bigger hail is. I think right now, as what we saw compared to slightly earlier, it probably isn't, I don't think it's baseballs right now. If there were any, I think if we roll the radar back maybe about 10-ish minutes, that's most likely, if there was anything really intense. Yeah, let's go over here. Look at this right here, all that green and blue showing up. That is your best chance of where, if baseballs have fallen within this storm, again, I have no confirmation of that right now, but where the very large hail likely will have fallen, it will have been here in the Wakiwa Springs. And what we're highlighting here, don't worry, Justin's not drawing something phallic. He's actually pointing out a hail spike within this. So basically what happens is when there's so many large objects, so much hail, so much ice in the sky, it actually refracts the radar. So basically it makes it so the image gets distorted and it shoots out what we call the hail spike in the backside of the storm, and that is a clear-cut indicator of at least golf ball size hail falling. So again, I'm pretty confident saying that we saw about 2-inch hail here, and then likely it's very possible there was bigger hail. Again, we haven't had any confirmation yet, so even though it is warned currently for baseball size hail, that warning was not from trained spotters, it's radar indicated. We don't have anything from social media or any LSR reports in yet to confirm that, but I think it's very likely that we saw hail at least golf ball size. I'm saying around 2 inches here just to the west of I-4 in the Orlando metro, and now in Sanford and Lake Mary currently, where you're seeing the yellows and greens, that's where your big hail is going to be, at least quarter size. Most likely a very high volume hail event, so a lot of hail falling. Again, unusual for Florida. I remember it was Satellite Beach a couple years ago. I know my aunt and uncle had to get a new Subaru from it. It like went right down the coast and it had 2-inch hail. So it happens in Florida. It's just not super common. It's not like Dallas where you might see that tomorrow. You might see it on Monday even. So, but here in Florida, this is probably the actual one. What's the actual hail products looking like? All right, let's bring it back to the reflectivity. Okay, that's what we're seeing now. Notice we're not seeing as much in the way of the higher reflectivity values coming up. The storm, a nice looking supercell here in Sanford itself. And let's see, I'm not seeing any sort of, the hail algorithm hasn't updated in a minute, but I can tell you what it looks like on radar scope on my phone real fast.
I think it's trying to cycle.
The last update it had was at 1 inch, so it might actually be trying to weaken quite a bit here in Sanford as it is quickly moving off to the north and to the east. It is still warned for baseball size hail as radar indicated, but based off of what we're seeing on radar at this exact second, I think it's unlikely that we are seeing baseballs in Sanford. But in the center of Sanford, Florida right now, you go up, bring up the correlation coefficient, you should see quite a bit of lowering still within this, yes, right here. Again, this is not looking as impressive as it did about 15 minutes ago. So I'm thinking, again, probably right now, that quarter to maybe ping pong ball size. So I think this has gone down in size quite a bit pretty quickly here, but this storm could very easily take back off again pretty fast here in central Sanford. So I think where your hail is happening right now, right along Florida Route 417, where it intersects with Highway 17 here, right in the center of town. Yeah, there's a ton of folks getting hit with this. So I think it's pretty likely that we'll start seeing some images come out here in the coming minutes or so. Eventually, we'll probably get some storm reports with this. Again, when you're in areas like Florida and other parts along the East Coast that don't see hail as often as like Texas or Oklahoma or even places like Colorado, the reports might come in a little slower. Yes, we did see golf ball size hail in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, a couple hours ago. Storm basically ramped up right before getting off the coast. We couldn't even go live. It's one of the problems with a lot of Florida here is there's swamplands and then a very small window of a lot of people and then the ocean. So by the time we went, oh my God, the storm took off and started getting anything in motion, it was already off the coast. So if we had golf balls, it's already a 3-star map here available on Hail Trace. You can go check that out on our website. Again, I got to thank our sponsors as well. Can't forget them. You guys saw them at the beginning of the video. And you have C3 Group right here with this storm, with this live coverage happening right now in Seminole County, right? Seminole County is where we are? Just north of the Orlando area in Sanford, Florida. Storm is looking a little weaker now. Again, it's Florida, so it doesn't seem to be sustaining itself for super long here. But looking at it right now, man, not a single MPing report. Come on, man. Throw us some bones. You seeing anything on? Are you checking?
Not much on Twitter either.
Did you just search like hail on Twitter?
Yeah, I did Florida hail, but just
search like hail, just straight up hail, and you can have a little bit better chance of maybe seeing stuff. You got to sift through a bunch of garbage, but you can still find some stuff here. So again, the storm isn't looking as impressive as it did about 15 minutes ago here in northern and central Florida.
I got some images of some 1.25 inch hail in Sanford.
Okay, so we got 1.25 inch hail in Sanford, you say, Justin? Or
Yeah,
are you
it's with an
unmuted?
actual-
You're
yeah, it's with
unmuted?
an actual measure.
Actual measurement of
Yeah.
$half size hail in Sanford right now. So again, I don't think Sanford, I don't think you guys had any chance of seeing baseballs. If there was baseballs, it was back west of I-4. So a little earlier when this storm was looking very impressive, I think it was very possible we saw some very large hail with this. As we moved to the north and to the east, after we kind of got live for a little bit here, it looked like the storm weakened a fair bit and is now kind of much less impressive looking on radar than it did. So I think the storm is going to have an area off to the south and to the west that's going to have some probably very large hail. And as it moves closer to Sanford, the hail size likely will come down. Looks like a lot of hail is likely falling to this from what we're seeing on radar. We're now just kind of waiting on confirmation with
Ping pong balls in Lake Mary.
Ping pong balls in Lake Mary, said Justin. Or, oh yeah, you have you have your mic on, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so you can just pretty much.
back here.
So back here, so let's roll the radar back a little bit. So right in here, maybe probably the next frame, I'm assuming somewhere in Lake Mary, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What did somebody say? Went hail. Seminole County just went over my house. Depends on where you are. Obviously, the whole cell isn't going to have hail with it. Certain sections will have hail. It's very possible, again, because it is Florida, I think it's going to be, we'll see if this updraft was able to sustain itself long enough to have a long period of hail. But I think, again, right along I-4 to the west of I-4 by Wakiwa Springs. And then we now have confirmation of up to ping pong balls in sections of Lake Mary. You said up to $half in sections of Sanford. Bring it to a current right now because this was 5:23. So right now, as of 5:33 is what the storm's looking at right now. Let's bring up the correlation coefficient, see what kind of objects are in the sky. Notice how much less of the yellow, greens, and blues compared to a little earlier than we're seeing right now. So I think probably it's more likely you have maybe up to some quarters maybe possible with this along, let's see what highway, Highway 46 and near Florida Route 415. Maybe some hail up to quarters, but I think the hail sizes have come down significantly very quickly here in the Orlando area. Kalamazoo, Florida. I don't know where that is, Joshua. So we'll zoom out here in just a moment. Let's switch back over to reflectivity. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. So this is this main story in town. Is there any update on this warning here? The storm's now east of Sanford. It's still warned for baseballs, but it's definitely not dropping baseballs now, folks. I can tell you that with certainty that baseballs aren't falling with this storm as of right now. It's very possible it had very large hail before it even got warned for baseballs. So, see my phone going off here. I'm checking in on the chat real quick. See some hail from Longwood.
I'll go and shoot you over some pictures.
I think Frank and Steve must have gotten home and killed the storm. Longwood, where's Longwood at? See some just that picture Amanda sent from Longwood though looks pretty good. I don't know where Longwood's located at.
There's Kalamazoo up there to the northeast.
Okay, so yeah, warning for Kalamazoo. I could say there isn't any severe hail with this right now in Kalamazoo.
I'm looking up
See, we have any other storms? Is there other storms happening across Florida right now as well? While we're here, might as well.
Longview's right down in here, just south of Lake Mary. But I'll zoom out. Oh, we just got it updated.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Moving a little slow here. Okay. So it looks like the only warning in town is a storm in Orlando. So we'll just kind of stick with this. Looks like we got an update. What is the algorithm trying to guess with us? Max hail size up to, not ping pong ball, up to $50, so that's 1.25, 1.3. That makes sense. That really makes sense to what we are seeing on radar. Again, it looks like it has really weakened significantly from what it was a little bit earlier. It also kind of makes sense with what you see in Florida when you have a big storm go up. It's very rare that you have something that's like a very long tracker, but it looks like that there's going to be an area of a lot of hail. It looks like the Lake Mary area. I saw a couple pictures set in our work chat. That's why I'm looking at my phone while we're doing live coverage of quite a bit of that ping pong ball size hail. And we'll see if we can find some bigger hail. And maybe we'll get an LSR report. I know what happened with the stuff by New Smyrna Beach. That stuff showed up all at once, like an hour after the storm happened. So I think National Weather Service in Melbourne, Florida is likely going to do that again. Looks like it's a shadow of its former self now. Let's bring up that correlation coefficient real quick and see what we got in there. Okay, you got one little area. So if we zoom right in on this, where you have that lit up, the yellows and oranges, greens showing up here. Oh no, I don't have the roads loaded. We're in a different county now. We're pulling out of Seminole County, right along Florida Highway 415. It looks like that little section of maybe up to that $50 size hail, but for the most part, you're probably getting to that sub-severe hail now. A lot more melting happens with these storms in Florida. So again, no more baseballs. It might still be warned for baseballs. I would not be concerned about it. I don't think we're even going to get into that realm of possibility with this thing now. So bigger hail happened earlier. If we zoom it out a little bit, maybe we just stay on correlation coefficient, it will be pretty clear to see where the crazy stuff happened. So let's just roll it back to about a little after 5. And you can see here, right around here, right about that 5:15 hour, look at that. That is where you had a ton of likely very large hail fall in the Apopka to I-4 region here in Seminole County. That was when this storm looked very impressive when I turned my car around and came back to the office to do this. And then since then, the storm probably moved into more stable air. There was a lot of showers and storms in this section of Florida this afternoon, so it's very possible that that's what caused this to weaken a fair bit. So if we bring it back to current and bring it up back to reflectivity here at 538, yeah, this is not looking like the kind of supercell you're going to see big time hail with at all. So I guess the latest update we can see here is maybe any other images.
Yeah, they brought the hail size down to $50.
1.25, that makes sense, yeah.
But I did see a picture on Twitter of 2-inch.
Of 2-inch hail, so you saw where at?
There's no location.
No location, of course not. But the point is, we're now always getting confirmation of that 2-inch hail. Well, again, I'm saying pretty confidently, at least 2-inch hail was falling within this storm. The warning for baseballs was exciting. I don't know if there's going to be confirmation of baseball anywhere. I wouldn't be shocked we see a tennis ball here or there, but like I think the golf ball to 2-inch range is definitely well within the realm of a common possibility here near I-4. That's going to be your main area to check out. And looks like a lot of hail fell with this too, which is also very unusual for Florida. Usually it's a little more challenging to get decent hailstorms out of Florida, especially here during the day. Sometimes we get some storms very early in the morning, a little cooler, but this looks like a pretty good start to mid-March here, and we have a lot of other risks up ahead. We have a risk tomorrow, places like Oklahoma City, along the I-35 corridor, possibly all the way down to Dallas, and then southeastward, I think, and Mississippi as well. Friday is a pretty large, broad risk that may have some hail with it. We have a little bit of a break over the weekend, and I think next week we have a much more significant storm system pushing through that could impact Texas all the way from Dallas down to Houston and back towards San Antonio, and then into the southeast on Tuesday. But right now, the storm looks like it is dying. An EchoTops thing? Do we have like an EchoTops scope or product or something I can bring up? Nothing there, so guess not. Never mind. So, but I'd guess that this storm is weakening significantly. We have this tiny little area of possible hail here, but I think even though it's showing it's spiking up quite a bit, it's probably only up to that quarter size hail, maybe a higher volume of it maybe, but for the most part I think this is significantly weakening as it's moving off to the north and east pretty quickly. Say, oh, we got a new warning here. Let's bring up that new warning that just came in. That is going to bring it towards the New Smyrna Beach. So this area already got hit with golf balls earlier. We got Midway, Geneva, and Edgewater. This goes till 7:30 Eastern time. It is currently 5:40 Central time, so 6:40 in Florida. And winds, when you were looking at the winds there, it didn't seem like anything too crazy, Justin. So yeah, this movement, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of rotation here, but that's not looking super impressive to me. So if we zoom it out a little bit, we can kind of time this out here, see when it goes off the coast. There's going to be a gap in population until we get to the I-95 corridor, and that's when we're going to probably have a lot more folks impacted again with this. How fast is this thing moving? 40. East-northeast at 40 probably, or northeast at 40. So, well, you're going. It's not going 84 miles an hour there, Justin. What are you doing? All right, 40. So we Lemon Bluff in the next minute. We got Kalamazoo. Somebody mentioned Kalamazoo. That's gonna be at 6:47 Eastern time. Farmington is 6:50. Edgewater. So that's gonna be like right on the coast here at about 7:10. So here in Oklahoma time, that's going to be about 6:10. So next half hour, it's moving off to the northeast. We'll see how long this thing stays severe. Based off of what we're seeing on radar, I don't think it's going to stay super intense for very long. I think we're going to be dying off pretty quick here. Let's see if we got any updates within on my phone. I mean, it doesn't really look like it's strengthening too much. Just again, from the couple products that I'm able to analyze here on the green screen, I don't really see this thing strengthening a whole hell of a lot. We may end this stream pretty soon here. We already have it as a 3-star map. It obviously will be updated as we find some pictures and update the map and everything. Everything in Florida from today is included. It was already called, I think it's called New Smyrna Beach, Satellite Beach, and something else. Florida will obviously update this to include the Orlando Metro. It was already a 3-star. We'll see what we can find to kind of parse through the data here in the Orlando Metro and see if it ends up being upgraded beyond a 3-star map. But for Florida, this is of course always welcome. You guys only see a couple hailstorms a year anyway, so it's exciting just to see this happen to begin with. So I think the latest update happened here, and again, a pretty small hail core just outside of Seminole County into the next county off to the east. You see, what's correlation coefficient look like here, Justin? About the same. You just got that one very concentrated area. And this will head, again, generally towards New Smyrna Beach, which, again, golf balls earlier this afternoon was probably the most impactful storm of the day up until this storm occurred here just about half an hour or so ago. So, what do you think? Anything else exciting showing up, Justin? Anything you've seen social media-wise or otherwise? Up in Georgia? What's happening? I see up by Augusta. I see an MPing report of quarters near south of Augusta, but severe hail south of Augusta. Okay, it's not currently warned, but there's hail over there. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think this thing. What is this showing? Is this going to tell us hail size? It's showing a little bit of a mezzo.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to create an updraft.
No, not the warning. I wanted to hit the word early. That probably has a better chance. Nope. Okay. Tornadic. That doesn't tell us anything. So, Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation here. Might be a new updraft trying to form. I don't want to bring it up. Maybe bring up differential reflectivity real fast. It's probably going to look very scary. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of tell that there's been an updraft. But notice, usually you see the grades like this overlapping with the high reflectivity. That indicates high volumes of hail. Not too much showing up here. It's all in here. This is showing the storm might be trying to strengthen itself back up again. A little bit more of upward vertical motion. But let's just go back to reflectivity.
Check out that image in the Met chat.
Image in the Met chat. Okay, I'll check that real fast. Oh, dang. Do we have that radar? Move up, get up towards Augusta, Georgia right now. I don't know if I have a radar up there loaded. Stupid Jacksonville's radar is down. So we'll find out together if we got... Crap, did we just have Valdosta? Augusta is on the border of... Oh, we got it. Heck yeah. Okay, Augusta's up here. Justin. You see it? Look at that hail spike. Dang, guys. I don't have roads loaded for this. I had it prepped for Florida, but we can kind of wing it here. All right, let's zoom in. This is the town of Gracewood. So this is a suburb of Augusta, Georgia. Nixon, Gracewood, and Melton. But notice that hail spike. Look at that. That's crazy. So we were talking about that in Florida a little earlier. So there's a lot. I'm assuming correlation coefficient is going to be kind of impressive. That's pretty good. So I know we had at least quarters. Do we have anybody else saying anything? Assuming that's from the image I got on my phone. It's probably from Atlanta's radar, maybe. But that's looking pretty impressive here. From Route 25 and then Georgia 56. So between Route 25 and Georgia 56 here in Gracewood, Georgia, go back to reflectivity. This area where the pink's showing up, this is getting hit with some sizable hail. The team will probably try to look into this a little bit more, but this is an unwarned supercell that's definitely making at least quarter-size hail, possibly as large as golf balls. Looking pretty intense there with that. So again, this is in the Augusta, Georgia area. We are south of I-520. So Augusta is just above where it says reflectivity right here. So this is the southern areas of town, of the suburbs, and a pretty intense looking storm.
They should have special weather statement for it.
Special weather statement for
for penny-sized hail.
I can say I see an MPing report of at least quarters. So,
Yeah.
But can we move or roll it back or something? We kind of see what happened with this, what direction it's moving, or anything. Oh, dang! Holy crap! So, what is kind of like? I guess it's lifting north. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's lifting north. Let's see. Just kind of push it forward here. See what's going on. It weakened a little bit. Yeah. So it's moving. It's moving into Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So it's is that a radar update we just got here? 549.
Yep.
Okay. Let's zoom back in on it. So it looks like it's in the town of Gracewood, suburb of Augusta, right along Highway 25. Let's bring up a correlation coefficient. See what we got going on with that. Jesus. Okay. This storm's here to play, guys. Again, this is unwarned. I don't know why it's not severe warned. Differential reflectivity, maybe? I mean, god dang. Okay, bring it back to the other product. I don't have to explain to the audience too much. Correlation coefficient. I mean, that I don't know why this isn't severe warned. I mean, I'm going to say this is probably dropping at least ping pong ball size hail. Like, geez. I don't know what the heck's going on. All right. I mean, dang. Yeah, so again, right along where, so even knowing when you saw the, let's do the correlation coefficient scope so we can kind of go back and forth here, right? So here, right, notice how you have the green showing up all the way into here. basically what's happening is the radar is like refracting off of the hail core, which is probably going to be just south of Highway 25, and it's just kind of distorting the rest of it. But right around Highway 25 here, I mean, you guys are likely seeing some at least a ton of hail, and it's got, I can't believe that they don't have it severe warned yet. I mean, I'm saying probably close to golf balls. Like, dang, like, that looks pretty impressive. It's a little guy. It's probably not hailing like over a wide area. That's definitely at least severe. So, okay. And this is moving pretty much it's moving almost due north. So it's heading right into Augusta, which is, a bigger city here in Georgia.
Yeah, I'm trying to find anything on Twitter.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Everything I'm finding is still from down the Orlando area.
Yeah. It's very odd. It is crazy. So, I mean, I guess, let's just kind of see. I mean, it's going to go up into Augusta, like the western sides of Augusta here, pretty much on either side of I-520. So it's in Gracewood right now, and it's moving generally north. I don't know how fast. Does it have like a speed on this or anything? Got the special weather statement. It's moving north about 20 miles an hour. So I guess maybe put a track up on this, Justin?
Moving north and how fast?
20 is what the special weather statement said off of radar scopes. So we can kind of see where it's heading here in the Augusta area. Okay. So the next 20 minutes, it'll be in Augusta at 7:04. So 6:04 Central Time. It's going to be in Southlands. And then Westwick by 7:17. I mean, it's dropping hail. It's dropping at least quarter size hail. So I don't know why it's not warned. I don't know what their idea of it is, but
yeah.
And seen a couple okay, we actually have like a hail marker showing up now. So we should get another radar update here in a minute. It's showing $0.50. Huh. Probability of severe hail, probability of hail 80%, but looking at the storm right now, it looks, I mean, that looks pretty good. So I don't know. I'm confused as to why this has not been severe warned yet, but we're moving north around 20 miles an hour. This will move into the Augusta area. I'm saying it's dropping, at least, I can't not say that it's dropping at least ping pong balls in some spots. It's very odd. This is very unusual to see something like this where it's very obvious this is dropping severe hail, but the National Weather Service has just decided not to severe warn it. So hopefully we'll get some confirmation with this coming up here in a minute. Let's check back into Florida. Let's see what's going on with that storm as it's approaching the east coast of Florida, the I-95 corridor, where there are quite a few storms going on, or quite a few people that will be impacted by the storm that's going on, is what I meant to say. Okay, we're zooming in here. It's going to take a second to catch up. And, okay, this isn't looking, again, it's not looking super healthy right now. It's let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay, and let's just kind of check in on correlation coefficient, see what the storm looks like. There's still just a small area of hail. Again, it might be a very small area of around 1/4. I don't think this is dropping severe hail right now, probably just a lot of small sub-severe hail. And it looks like things are, it's still looking pretty weak. I mean, unfortunately, we have this tornado marker, which isn't going to tell us the hail algorithm, but okay, well, at least on radar scope on my phone, it's telling me around 1/4. So I doubt this is dropping severe hail right now, but we'll periodically keep an eye on this as it's meandering towards the I-95 corridor. I think that's the only thing in Florida that is severe right now. Yup. Nothing else going on exciting there. Georgia seems to be having some activity. Did they finally warn it? Nope, that's not Augusta, Justin. Oh, no, that is Augusta. Well, what the hell? So they warned something to the south of it?
Yeah, and to the west of it.
What the crap? Okay, well, let's check in on it now. We got latest radar update here at 5:56 or 6:56, and got that area of hail happening right now. It looks like right on the South 520 belt, you still have that lowered CCs. So I mean, hell, I think this is dropping probably severe hail with this, folks. So I don't think it's probably nothing too I don't think it's dropping anything too crazy. Like, it might be a lot of hail, and that might be why it's spiking a bit or something. But like, I don't know why this isn't severe warned right now moving into the Augusta area. I have a feeling what's going to happen is a couple people are going to report hail falling here in the Southland section of Augusta, and they're going to subsequently severe warn it because of storms happening. I mean, I know you're looking through Twitter and stuff to see if anything's showing up, but I mean, I think it's just kind of ridiculous that we don't have a severe warning as it's moving into the city of Augusta with the kind of hail spike that it has right now with it. So at least quarter is falling now right along I-520. So the south, Augusta's south loop here, and then right along Highway 25. And this is in the general Gracewood area of the Augusta Metro. I don't have roads loaded up for this county. I had Florida's roads loaded up for the Florida coverage. I wasn't anticipating stuff going on. So, okay.
What is it?
All right, so we're getting some photos coming in here, and it looks like, yeah, they're definitely, again, up to that 2-inch hail fell in the Orlando area. So that should, at the very least, make this a very strong 3-star map. Here in the Augusta area, we're kind of finding out how this is going to go. This is again an interesting case. We haven't had any we don't have any LSRs, so no local storm reports coming in for any of these storms so far. Which, again, I think National Weather Service Melbourne, specifically in Florida, seems to gather all the reports and then they dump them all out at one time. Which is frustrating sometimes when you're trying to do live coverage to get confirmation, but so be it. What time does the storm hit? Here in the Augusta area, this is going to be over the next 15 minutes or so. The storm is drifting to the north about 20 miles an hour. So it is 5:58 Central Time. So 6:58 if you're on the East Coast, if you're in Georgia. So between 7 and 7:15, this will be moving from south to north across Augusta. I'm thinking, looking at this, quarter, half dollar, maybe ping pong ball size hail. We just got an update on the algorithm here, Justin. Let's see if this has showing it strengthening or weakening or anything. Strengthening. So it's showing it strengthening there. So notice how before it was showing ping pong balls, now it's showing almost 2-inch hail. I don't know why this isn't severe warned. Like, I don't understand what the thinking is, or if they even realize that we've got 226,000 people being impacted by this. I mean, they're going to be pissed if they're driving and have no warning that a hailstorm is going their way, going due north. I'm saying here, you're watching our coverage that Augusta, you need to watch out. You're going to be getting that hail over quarter size. That's over severe limits. Moving to the north about 20 miles an hour. You got longer hail time with that too, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And you got that hail spike in there. So I'm thinking, again, ping pong ball size hail I think is a safe bet within this, unless it's dropping a metric ton of pennies, which I don't think is the case with this storm. You have a very small but concentrated area of severe hail moving from south to north across Augusta right now at over Highway 520. Okay, so somebody said here comes the reports. Are reports starting to come in?
In Florida?
Are LSRs showing up on in the Orlando area?
Yes.
Okay. Can we go down to that so we can see it? All right, let's go down the Orlando area. We got warnings all around Augusta, notice, but not a single freaking one in Orlando itself. Okay, look at that. Look at I told you guys, NWS Melbourne, they just want to puke out all the reports all at the same time, and we got a whole bunch of them. So let's just kind of let's zoom in. Yeah, let's see. Okay, well.
Darn.
You jacked that one up, Justin. Let's just kind of click through, I guess. Let's just start on this one right on I-4 to the north. see what we got here. So we had quarter-size hail on I-4 and Lake Mary Boulevard. Okay, let's go down south a little bit more. And quarter-size hail at the Fox 35 Studios. Let's move over to the east a little bit. 2-inch hail in Lake Mary near the intersection of Minerva Lane and Greenford Drive. All right, there's your confirmation of 2-inch hail right there, folks. Let's click on this one to the southernmost one. Quarter-size hail in Longwood, near intersection of Bucksaw Place and Crosscut Way. But I can say that in Longwood we've seen at least ping pong ball size hail. Let's move off to the east a little bit more here. Ping pong ball size hail in Lake Mary. We know that from some images that Justin was finding. Another one down in the south here. Another 2-inch hail report in Lake Mary on Raccoon Street. That's a fun street name. And then lastly, this one on Highway 17. Quarter-size hail at Seminole State College. So there you go. We got that big old glut of confirmed reports. And it took a minute to get them, but hey, we actually got locations on almost all of them, which is super unusual. So thanks for that. Here in Seminole County, you got that confirmation of 2-inch hail fell. So it was warned for baseballs. Wasn't quite that big, but that's okay because I was pretty confident that up to that 2-inch hail is falling anyway. So 2-inch hail, so that within a hail trace, that's a red swath. It's very possible this may actually knock us up to that 4-star map category here for Florida for today. So all of Florida is going to be involved in that map. Again, this is being updated live. If you guys can already go and purchase it as it is. Storm right now in Florida isn't doing anything super exciting, so we're kind of jumping back over into Augusta here, where we got another update. Look at that, man, dang, look at that hail spike. How is this not severe warning? I feel like a crazy person. It was like in Zoolander, like Will Ferrell's character would be like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, like what the hell? You're getting severe hail in Augusta. I don't know what to tell you. So quarter to ping pong ball size hail. I'm maintaining that. I think the marker probably still says 1.9. I don't think that's updated yet, but
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In our chat, we're like, not gonna warn that. Cool. So we can zoom right in. Again, we don't have all the local streets loaded up. Has there been a tornado recently in Florida? Yes, in Sarasota earlier today we had an F1 tornado. You can check that map out. It looked like it damaged like some industrial building a little earlier. Pretty short-lived, but there was indeed a tornado. So right along Georgia Highway 4 or Highway 1, right along Highway 1. There's where your hail's happening right now here in Augusta, Georgia. We're pretty much right near downtown. Where you're seeing the pink color showing up on radar, that is where you're getting that hail. Again, probably ranging in size, right? So you're gonna, with that hail spike, again, at the very least, you're getting high volumes of hail, so a ton of hail falling. I'm thinking probably up to ping pong ball size hail. Let's see what that latest update here is. It popped up literally right over my hand. Yeah, okay, look at that, showing 1.6. So yeah, around that, up to ping pong ball size hail. I've been maintaining that unless proven otherwise with this. I don't know why it's still, I don't know what else they need to confirm that this needs to be severe warning. It's in a popular area. Augusta's a bigger city in Georgia. Like, I don't know. Like, if we zoom out a little bit, you can see there's actually severe warnings on like everything around it, but not in the storm itself. We got a storm down here by Mill Haven, that's severe warning. We got a storm over by Sandersville, that's warned. I think there's even another one warned somewhere here in Georgia. But you got the one with the hell of a hail spike on it. Yeah, we're not gonna warn that, screw it. So we're warning it here at Hail Trace, I guess. We're saying the severe hail's falling right now in Augusta, and it is currently being mapped. I'm saying probably around ping pong ball size hail, unless we're proven otherwise. Got quite the hail spike with this guy here moving up to the north. Like, everything says that this is dropping severe hail. Like, it's moving to the north. It's gonna move across most of the town. So I don't know what's going on. Where I guess I'm not the one making the decisions, I guess, for making warnings, so whatever. So, but if you're watching us here, you're in Augusta, again, I apologize, we don't have the roads and we can't like stop the stream to like get it on there. So just going off the major highways, you're south, is this one Highway 1? Or no, this is 278, south of Highway 278 in Georgia, in Augusta, Georgia, and you are to the east of the 520 loop, you're probably getting hail right now. probably pretty loud too. Probably quite a bit of hail falling with this. So again, we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm trying to see if we're getting any other reports coming in, and I'm not seeing too much. You still have this special weather statement that they haven't even updated. So I don't even know which National Weather Service office covers Augusta. Is it South Carolina or is it Atlanta? Do you know, Justin, top of your head? Maybe Columbia. What are you guys doing, man? Like, at least put a warning out for quarters. Like, you don't get a hail spike from sub-severe hail. I can say that for a fact. So let's check out correlation coefficient again. I'm assuming it's still. Do we look at that for this frame? Yeah, we already looked at that. So yeah, I mean, it still looks good. I mean, you're getting some weird backscattering going on, but it's dropping a bunch of hail. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
I can't tell.
Well, either way, they decided not to warn it. I mean, I'm sure you guys watching this know that, this, a lot of times this is us, ringing the alarm bells here, So switch back to reflectivity, Justin. Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's still dropping, We've got a radar update. We're now like in right where it says Augusta, so the center of town, I'm assuming. And where you're seeing the pink show up on radar, that's where your big hail's falling. And it's just drifting north. It's gonna go up over I-20. Let's scope this thing out, assuming it's still drifting north about 20. Let's see what we got coming up here in the next 45 minutes. Again, this is a massive hail spike with this thing. So, Poverty Hill, really. You're really gonna name a town Poverty Hill. We got Murray Hills, Bristolwood, and Poverty Hill coming up at 7:14, so 6:15 our time. Murray Hills, Bristolwood, 7:19, and 7:30 in Poverty Hill. So I think that's actually going to be in South Carolina as well. So again, this is just drifting north across all of Augusta here. If we start getting confirmed reports coming in, this could actually be a pretty impactful storm. If it for sure is dropping big hail, I'm thinking at least quarters and probably just a ton of hail. Worst case scenario, so like least impactful scenario is high volumes of under quarter size hail up to quarter to $half. The most likely scenario, I'm thinking upwards of ping pong ball size hail, a lot of quarters, and a lot of people are eating dinner or what have you here in Augusta and going, what in the name of God's going on? I didn't get any warning for this. Like, you mean?
So a dime report came in like right where I'm circling.
A dime imping report?
Yeah.
Switch back to reflectivity. I mean, that's like on the outskirts of the hill core too.
Yep.
So it's dropping severe hail. If you're getting dimes over here, so like your updraft's right here, right? So you have, this is our little icon's actually right where the updraft's gonna be. The updraft's pretty much right in here. So this is the fuel for the storm. Your biggest hail is gonna be where the updraft is. You get the most upward lift. It's able to keep the hail suspended in the air for longer so it can get larger, and so it's got more power, holds up something heavier, so bigger hailstones are gonna fall down. So the further away you get from the updraft, the smaller the hail's gonna be. So usually you get the updraft and the immediate downdraft right by it, so it's gonna go up and come down, and then that's where your biggest hail is gonna be, either right in the updraft or right next to the updraft. And then the further away you get, whether it's going to the north or going off to the east here, the hail sizes typically get a little bit smaller. So if a dime report came in over here, one can easily surmise that you're probably getting bigger hail than dimes where it's being impacted the most. So we have the latest maximum hail size potential, 1.4. Again, very likely you're seeing that hail larger than 1 inch in diameter, which is severe limits, which is what you need to severe warn a storm here in Augusta. So that's my justification here for having that hail, for having this be a severe storm, why this is being mapped. We're getting again up to that. I was saying max hail size has probably been about ping pong balls with this, unless I'm proven otherwise. And thinking quarter to $half is for sure falling right now here in downtown Augusta. But I mean,
oh yeah, I think I got a video
from
From Daniel Field Airport, which is in Augusta. It looks like at least quarters mixed in with this.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a lot? Is it like a lot of hail falling?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's definitely high volumes, which I figured.
I'll post in the chat for you.
Okay.
Oops, I just retweeted it.
It is wild. I just can't believe that this is gonna.
I mean, I would say there's at least quarters mixed in with this stuff.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. I mean, this you know, if we can start.
Oops, I just airdropped it.
That's fine. You can airdrop it, whatever. If we can get confirmation of anything bigger than that, this could end up low key being like a pretty impactful hailstorm. With dang. Here. I'll just go ahead and I'll bootleg this really hard for you guys on our.
All right, someone tagged
stream.
NWS Columbia, so they are in the Columbia WFO.
Okay.
Severe spotter here. We have quarters hitting windows in Augusta near Daniel Field.
Yeah, so that's happening in Augusta. That's high quantity. That's definitely high quantity, at least quarter size hail, with that. So hopefully we get a warning for this soon. I mean, you don't need the severe warning for watching our coverage, I guess, because we've been ringing the bell the whole time saying that this is dropping severe hail across Augusta. It's been going all the way up here. Again, high volumes of hail, again, at least quarters as of wherever Daniel Field is at, and continuing moving off to the north here. A lot of hail with this. Again, I kept saying probably about up to ping pong balls with this storm, and now that we're actually seeing any kind of clip confirming that. Okay, I got another update here. I think here in the Westwick area, right pretty much we're just south of I-20 is where the hail's falling. So anywhere you're seeing, where you just saw it flash here in the pink, that is going to be where your big hail is. Let's bring up correlation coefficient. See, I'm assuming we still got a big old drop with that. Yep, we do. Okay, there you go. You're seeing the greens, yellows, blues showing up. Large quantities of hail falling with this. I think the algorithm was saying about 1.4 inches for that maximum hail size potential. Again, probably a lot of $2.5 dollar size hail falling with this storm, moving south to north across Augusta. We're now in the north part of Augusta. It's going to cross I-20 here in the next few minutes as of 7:13 Eastern time, 6:13 here in Oklahoma City, where our studio is located. Let's bring it back to reflectivity.
It basically went over Augusta National. There's some nice houses over there.
Yeah, that's, I mean, any golf fans know exactly, you guys know where Augusta is, because that's where they play the Masters, right? In Augusta? Yep. Yeah, so there's probably some nice homes getting impacted here. We zoom out a little bit. Again, that hail spike is still chugging along with this. When you see a hail spike, it almost always means you got a pretty impactful storm. So National Weather Service might drop the ball on this. We might very possibly see a bunch of reports come in later on. Did you send that into the meteorology chat, Justin?
No, I haven't yet.
Go. Send that in there to kind of help them out. Also, I guess we can check in on Florida again really fast. The storm is now past I-95. It's going to move off the coast pretty soon here. We bring it back down here in the Orlando area, or no longer Orlando area, here in the Oak Hill area, so south of Smyrna Beach. We are now already east of Highway 1 in Florida. This is moving off the coast. Notice though, no severe hail with this. This one probably isn't even severe anymore. So it has since done its job. We had 2-inch hail here in Seminole County, which is the northern suburbs of Orlando, over by the Sanford area. So again, we likely have made a 4-star map here in Florida. So probably a pretty impactful day for the Orlando area. Shout out to Andrea for doing the forecast earlier today. I think she said 2-inch hail. Did she say 2-inch hail?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, she's still here. So we're here working, giving you, thankfully with Florida, everything moves off the coast, so we won't be working until 5 in the morning, which is nice. Updated warning, this is going to be our last real check-in here in Florida. Probably, I'm assuming, yeah, it's not dropping. I'm telling you right now, it's not dropping quarters. So maybe some gusty winds up to 60, and then that's it. This is going off into the Atlantic. Nothing to worry about we're done with this storm. Storm has passed, done its damage. Let's go back to Georgia with the weird anomaly that is this non-severe warned thunderstorm moving through Augusta, where we know for a fact now has had at least quarter $1/2 size hail. Hey, they did it. They had to get tagged on Twitter, I guess. Had to have the people tell them how to do their jobs. So let's check out what that warning's for. Let's see what they do. They did quarters. Now, what did the chat say? They said they confirmed it from people on social media or something?
Yes.
Okay. You know, it happens, man. You know, they got a bunch going on, but
Well, actually, they say radar indicated.
radar indicated. Well, it was radar indicated a while ago. So
Yeah.
there are some other warnings. You know, we'll give them benefit of a doubt. They're a little busy, but we can tell you for sure that we've been dropping a large hail across the Augusta region, possibly up to ping pong ball size. We're still waiting on that confirmation with that. At the very least, we're confirmed quarter to $1/2 size, a lot of it too. So let's clear this out. Let's zoom in on, it has the radar updated since we last looked at it. I don't remember. No, it doesn't look like it. Is this updated?
I don't know. Yeah, it
1.8? Okay, it has. So it looks like it's still strengthening a bit here, saying possibly up to golf balls, which is 1.75, saying maximum up to 1.8, which I think they warn up. Well, it's finally saying 100% chance of hail. It's been hailing across Augusta. We can say, again, with certainty, most of Augusta here has probably seen a lot of hail. So likely at least a 2-star map here for Georgia, and still increasing. We'll see if we see anything else showing up on Twitter. I'm sure got the Met team on this, paying attention, keeping an eye on some things. Finally got a severe thunderstorm warning on this. It took forever to get there, but if you guys were watching us, you knew about it from pretty early on. So again, that big hail spike with this is a classic case of it's hailing. There's a lot of hail falling. Correlation coefficient, I'm assuming, is still showing very low values, showing a lot of large objects in the sky, which is hail. Look at all that showing up here. The radar update when you just did that.
Yeah, it did.
Look at that. So let's go back to reflectivity, see what the reflectivity, there you go. It literally, Justin had the magic touch. He switched it over to correlation coefficient the moment the radar updated, so it didn't line up. This is now north of I-20 in the Augusta area. Zoom in. The hail is right where 2 major roads connect. Again, we unfortunately don't have our roads showing up here. We didn't have it loaded up. Didn't expect it in Augusta today. The Bon Air area, Martinez area, so right along Georgia 28 and where Georgia 104 connect, that's where your hail's falling. And you go back to that correlation coefficient, so you see where the pink is showing up here. That's where a lot of hail's falling. And we switch to correlation coefficient, it'll show. If Justin will pay attention to me.
Sorry, I was reading the Met chat.
Yep, there you go. Notice, look at that, the greens, the yellows, the blues all showing up. Look at that. That is a lot of hail falling. I'm still thinking possibly up to that ping pong ball size has fallen. I haven't any confirmation of that yet, but then again, we haven't any LSRs. We had a video that I did show via my phone here to you guys, but you know, we're gonna make do with what we got here. That we had that at least large quantities, $1/4 to $1/2. I'm saying up to ping pong balls. It's very possible that we had more than that. So
yeah, there's a bunch of videos and photos coming in now from Augusta.
ton of videos and photos.
Yeah.
All right. So cool. So it looks like a pretty impactful storm. I think definitely large quantities of hail. You know, you get a hail spike either from a ton of hail or a ton of severe hail or very large hail or both. So reflectivity, now back to that. You know, you guys get the idea here that it lines up pretty easily. The storm is still showing, again, that potential. The algorithm might be overdoing it a little bit, but it's still showing that potential of big hail as it keeps drifting off to the north. I don't think there's any other really big towns downstream from this, is there? Zooming out.
No.
No, okay, yeah, we're going into some more rural areas. Moving off to the north, big old lake here. Looks pretty much right along the border of Georgia. Yeah, this is Georgia and South Carolina. So we're gonna cross into South Carolina probably in the next 15 minutes or so. It is 7:20 on the East Coast, 6:20 here in Oklahoma City. So let's just go ahead and we can kind of recap the radar a bit as we're now starting to pull out of the city of Augusta. Zoom in just a tiny bit, just about there. Yeah, right about there. And then roll the radar back. The storm's been moving across Augusta for, almost, what is it, like 45 minutes now? Yeah, so it's at 5:46. It was down here by Gracewood. Not severe warned. It managed to go through most of Augusta, not severe warned, but definitely dropping severe hail. Look at that hail spike as it moved across the western sections of Augusta, pretty close to the center of town and the west side of Augusta, right along just east of I-520, and continuing moving up to the north. And look at that, that's what we're looking at. Big old spike now here at 6:20. So last 45 minutes or so, this storm has moved across the Augusta metro, moving off to the north steadily about 20 miles an hour, and still dropping at the very least confirmed quarter to $half size hail, a ton of it. I've maintained saying up to ping pong ball size hail, and we're just kind of waiting on possibly some storm reports to come in. And have you seen anything that has indicated hail
I would
bigger
say
quarter to $half, Justin?
I would say with a lot of these videos, I would say at least $half.
At least $half,
yeah,
so ping pong
mixed
ball
in at
pretty
least.
likely.
It's just hard to tell
Yeah.
with the videos.
Yeah, the fact that we're seeing stuff showing up on social media too means that we're not crazy. We know that there's lots of severe hail happening. This thing took forever to get severe warned. You would have not been alerted on your phone if you're just sitting on the couch watching this. If you're watching our stream, you're curious about what's going on in Florida, you would have been alerted to this. We've been covering this whole time. So, unfortunately, sometimes the warning system is a little slow. So be it. There's a bunch of other storms going on, or people aren't paying attention, or underestimating a storm, or someone in the National Weather Service wasn't paying attention to stuff coming up in hail, what have you, whatever it is. Either way, we've been covering this as it's moved across the Augusta, Georgia area. All right.
Yeah, I'm still trying to look for some more confirmation. Someone from down in Orlando news station said they had tennis balls in New Smyrna. I don't know if I'd believe that.
Yeah. Well, I see an MPing report now in Martinez from just a second ago of $half size hail. So again, got another confirmed report here. Looks like right about here, I'd estimate, of a $half size hail. So again, that confirmation of at least $half size hail. So again, this isn't showing tennis balls. I think this is high volumes of hail falling here in the Augusta area. And it's just kind of crazy to me that they did not severe warn this thing for so long, because it's had quite the hail spike on it, and it still has a hail spike on it. And again, that hail spikes are one of two things: a metric crap ton of hail, or big hail, or both. So I guess three things. You get the ton of big hail, ton of hail, or really big hail. Either way, it's going to be severe hail, so it should have been warned much earlier than it was. So there are some other storms in Georgia, and it doesn't look like any of them are hitting major population centers. I think this is the biggest game in town here, and we got another update. Let's see what it looks like correlation coefficient wise. I'm assuming we still got that big old drop. Yeah, we do. So again, got that confirmation of $half size hail via MPing, so at least $half size hail is falling with this. I think up to ping pong ball size hail is probably a safe bet with this. Probably more isolated ping pong ball size hail. Potentially, again, I haven't had any video or photo confirmation one way or the other on that. We've seen a couple videos of a lot of hail falling, definitely some bigger guys. And I couldn't tell you the last time Augusta got hit with hail. Do you remember a time, Justin?
No.
Yeah.
At least with a significant storm.
Yeah,
I probably have a bunch of sub-severe.
I've been here 8 years, and this is first time I remember seeing it. So yeah, okay. So it's come down the severity a little bit, but we are starting to pull out of the metro. So this might be a case of this thing had like the perfect track to drop its severe hail over the most people possible with this.
Oh, nice. This is a good video.
Sorry, I'm trying to do like 3 things at once here.
Somebody said up to tennis balls in New Smyrna Beach. Is that from earlier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not even tennis balls, but the pull shots are always cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. I think there's still a fair amount of population within this. I wish we had the roads. How far high do you estimate it will go? Do you mean like how far north it'll move? Zan?
Maybe star level?
Oh, star level. Yeah, I think Florida is looking pretty likely a 4-star map. Just from what I've seen in the chat on my phone here. Do you agree with that, Justin? Probably a 4-star because
with all the other stuff.
Orlando. I mean, he's looking at more pictures than I am. I only kind of see, little drippings of it here while I check on my phone so I can maintain this. Here in Augusta, that's still a big question mark. Oh, how far north? Okay, here in Augusta, I think a 3-star map is probably pretty likely unless we start seeing some real crazy stuff or damage or something. How far north? This thing, let's zoom out. Let's kind of just see the environment that this has to go. It's moving about 20. The sun is going to set pretty soon, if not already here in Georgia. I don't know when sunset is. It's probably pretty soon. It's moving about 20 miles an hour. So next 45 minutes, there isn't a lot. It's Morgana. I'm assuming South Carolina because this is the state line. So if we zoom way out, we kind of look downstream a bit. Let's just assume this thing lasts next like 4 hours or something, which I doubt. Greenwood's the next town, even remotely close. This is hours from now. So I think the most impactful city from this is going to be Augusta. This will likely die out somewhere between here and I'd say we're on a parallel with Edgefield. So it likely won't make it super far north, these storms. This doesn't have something that's going to maintain it either moving very fast or just the fact that we're going to lose the heating of the day very soon once the sun sets here in the next 15 minutes or so. So what else we got going on? I think otherwise, yeah, we got this couple of these other storms that aren't really impacting too many population centers down here in Florida. I think everything's moved off the coast. I think Florida's risk is probably winding down. Let's just go down back into the peninsula of Florida, make sure nothing else formed whilst we've been talking. Doesn't really look like it. Looks like, yeah, everything's moving off the coast, so I think the risk here in Florida is probably done, but hey, we still saw we had a high risk today for Orlando, and that's for the whole metro, and it looks like that is indeed verified up to that 2-inch hail across the Orlando metro this evening. So we'll just jump back to the Augusta area, the surprise storm of the day, and even surprise National Weather Service. We didn't get severe warning for a long time, and looks like it's slowly moving out of the general metro area here. Oh.
New world.
Okay. We'll go ahead. We'll get that. All right. Yeah, look at that. It's already weakening. We go back one frame, right? Let's go back one radar scan. And look at that big old spike. Look at all that hail. And now, not so much of a spike, not so much pink showing up. Let's bring up correlation coefficient. I bet that has also gone down quite a bit. Yup, it has. So, looks like things are winding down quite a bit. If there's anything else. Do we have... Okay, I don't see anything else showing up on MPing. So I think we might be wrapping up here, folks. Thanks as always to our sponsors, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor Show for doing it. If we got this live coverage, we got, again, it's all on hailtrace.com. You can check out the maps as they're being made. We've got likely a 4-star map here in Florida, in the Orlando area, and then potentially a 3-star here in the Augusta region. Surprise storm of the day. Didn't even get severe warning until it was almost all the way through Augusta. We're on probably wrap this up. Is there anything else, Justin?
I have some pictures of some golf balls
in
Evans, which is just to it's like a suburb of Augusta.
Okay, so you did see golf balls in Augusta?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll shoot you a picture.
as I have already moved to the wonderful world of our thing. Are you airdropping it to me, or are you just...
Yeah, just because it's the first thing on my...
Okay. Okay.
It's pretty good hail.
Yeah, that's pretty good hail. So you said was that north or south of Augusta?
North.
North of Augusta? All right. So, yeah, that potentially up to some golf ball size hail. It looks like there was a lot of hail here in the picture. I know you see through it a bit because it's green, but yeah, it looks like probably a pretty good storm. I'd say likely a 3-star map. So you can check that out all on our website and also on all of our social media platforms. If you're watching us on Twitter, hey, thanks. Or, oh, dang, I think we changed our password for Twitter earlier, so it may not have streamed on Twitter, but you can check us out Facebook and YouTube all the time, get highlights on Instagram, you can check out our Twitter, check out our TikTok as well, all easily found at Hail Trace, and give us a call. You want to get the maps, you want to go get after it here in Florida, get after it here in Georgia. We're answering the phones, 855-334-4245. You can see the map now. Might not even be done yet, but you can at least see as it's updating live. Get all that info as it's happening. Email us at info@hailtrace.com if you're not a big fan talking on the phone. You can also message us directly on our website, hailtrace.com. It's going to be a little speech bubble right in this corner of the screen, and you can chat with us on there as well. We're here to help. We're here to help you guys get after it. Spring has sprung. We got some storms going on here outside of Texas. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. We'll be back if anything else surprises us, and if not, we'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time.